eye.
They're trying to set up on Fear top lane. They do have the Ravage. Oracle initiating. Tiger Smash lets it fly. He hits Sumail as well. TP's in almost a bit too early, but he might be here to turn it around. But he has the ultimate. Wanding off. Not going to let it go just yet. Moo in the trees will let him TP out. He wants to hold on to the ultimate for a bigger team fight combination. Universe also trying to save the chrono. EG are being very disciplined with big team fight ultimate usage as Moo will slowly be chipped out, nearly finished off. It is going to take it forever.
He's getting back, that'll finally bring it down.
But while that was happening, Resolution gets a free tower bottom, so EG extremely judicious, but this does now mean they have level 4 Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave, and the Chrono ready to go. This will put DC into a very defensive posture come next team fight. No Ravage for some time.
Still, they get the kill with the Ravage onto Fear. Again, stopping him from farming. He's not doing too badly, in fact. He's only a little bit behind Sumail's Queen of Pain at this point here with that kill in the top lane, but going down to the Ravage. Still a good Ravage usage, but down bottom it looks like there's going to be Misery.
Fought out. But the bomb is hurting Sumail. The arrow comes through, barely dodging it. Misery still survives.
What a shoot. What a shoot into that fog. And the Zare keeping Sumail in position.
Nerves of steel. Great usage of fog there. Just that single tree screwing over the Queen of Pain. And Misery, on the back of that, he closes in on the Song of the Siren. This is the main counter they have to Chronosphere. Will EG fight another opening before Naga hits 6? They're going to look for it now. Smoking up. Universe's Eye.
We're going to go through the jungle right now. Again, you talked about that Chronosphere. They held it for the longest time. They didn't use it to kill time. They have it now. There's 2 heroes mid for DC. They want to set this up. They certainly can. And we'll see if they go for it. They drop the ward down. It's going to be scouted out immediately. There's a sentry there for DC ready to counter it at a moment's notice.
Man, all these rotations from Sumail have really set him back. He was crushing the mid lane before he started ganking, was winning 1v1 handily in CS. It was like, he had like a 3 lasted advantage, 8 or 9 deny advantage. And then he got a gank on his lane, found the kill, was even farther ahead, but multiple rotations now, as well as the death, they have set him back quite a bit. Only at 2.3k net worth. The rest of the team will have to step up a bit. Here comes the boat.
They're going to find Moon. They're going to catch him with the boat. They have the time for Virtual Universe. Chronosphere pops, and they're going to bring him down with the Luna. They have the Luna beam, and that should get the kill. Raindrop will not save him this time. Moon will in fact drop yet again.
A nice setup there by Universe. Luna does not have the best attack range, but placed the Chronosphere well so that Fear could lay into the tide. Does delay the mech build up by a decent margin. I want to point out, though, I like the way Misery is moving his illusions around here. We saw bottom earlier. He was scouting for anybody from EG, potentially. I think the Void, the main hero, he's worried about trying to set up a counter gank where they push to tier 1. Now we see him moving into the enemy jungle with illusions to contest the Luna, to slow down the Void, and also just keep tabs on EG. Naga is not known so much for being picked as a vision-based hero. You know, that's more the realm of like Beastmaster, Night Stalker, who are almost purely picked for that particular purpose. But she does offer something there as DC. That ward might make a move, but unfortunately there is a ward.
Yeah, that ward is greatly placed, and EG should have seen that smoke come through for DC. And Fear's already making a move towards mid lane, knowing that he could get caught out very easily by this DC squad. Opens Eye and Universe to counter smoke and head maybe towards the bottom lane, although there's no one there. They can head wrap around on mid as well if they want to, try to go for Weehaw. They're just moving away from this DC squad who's trying to invade this mid lane right now, and even Sumail sitting down beneath the tower at this point.
EG know when the Chronosphere is down, until Luna and Queen of Pain get items, they are not strong at team fighting. They dodge. They also managed to scan DC. They now know DC were trying to make a play on mid. So EG, it'll be their turn to play keep away, while DC looks for the tier 1 siege.
This is a good tier 1 tower to take in mid lane. They're not fighting the Ravage, although there is Chronosphere for EG. They're all down bottom. It looks like there's going to be a tier 1 for a tier 1 trade. The mid tier 1 DC is a huge pickup, as they've already picked tier 1 as well.
There's a clip here still for the Radiant. A lot of time if they want to defend this one. They have the song to set up. Misery comes in. EG could get caught out here.
There we go. Yeah, they're going to TP more, and they're backing away. It looks like EG haven't understood that something is happening here. They will walk forward, though. Song not committed. He was going for it, but decided against it at the last moment there.
The Chrono is now online, so EG, they have their insurance policy. Do they look for any sort of smoke, or do they just back away? They TP Fear out. Eyes are on Resolution here as he squirms through top. Moonlight Shadow did get activated by DC. You can see EG are prepared for this. 2 sentry wards already planted down bottom. They know Moonlight Shadow is one of the biggest threats DC have at this stage of the game.
We should seen Resolution in that top lane again with that ward go into this with the Moonlight Shadow, so they should know there's probably something going on here. You see it. With that happening, they still have the top farming hero, of course, with Resolution on that Razor. He has the early Dragonlance coming out, giving him some really good HP and armor, not to mention the as well, and that's huge.
Standard Razor build, but against Chronosphere, this is especially important to get tanky on your cores, and I think that's one of the reasons why they went for the Razor was, first of all, a relatively strong laning hero if he's not being chain stunned and nuked down, which we saw early, but not so much later on. Can just zone out the Luna effectively, and then more importantly, is not an easy hero to burst. They don't have that swap save or a Dazzle Grave. Oracle does better with tanky cores, and now closes in, does have the False Promise. Could be difficult to kill off the Razor inside the Chrono.
Speaking of Chrono, and going back to what you were talking about earlier with Luna's short range, do you think the Dragonlance is a choice that Fear might go for here on this Luna?
Dragonlance is just a really easy to build up item. The stats that you get per gold are incredible, so I would be surprised if he doesn't go for it. You could go Yasha, but then he's very squishy, and against Mirana with all the burst she brings to the table, pretty much could be solo kill just by the quadruple Starstorm. Will not have nearly enough HP. Speaking of which, Point Booster already picked up, on his way to it. Won't be the fastest egg climbing, but he's still on a good clip.
So while DC are down in kills, they are up in net worth right now, although it's very small, about 1,500 net worth advantage, and at 13 minutes, it's not that much. Obviously, EG looking for a lot of that gold in towers and trying to get that tier 1 tower down bottom. Their first tower of the game, they will group up. Maybe go for a trade here. DC is still top with Resolution and a couple of heroes wrapping around behind. Lou and Misery, of course. Keep for more. Are they both building?
We have one buckler here. I believe it's Moo building the mech. Misery for now, the value buckler. Curious to see if he goes into a full Crimson Guard, if he just lets this sit. But it does buff them quite a bit in team fights, and it's very nice to have the bonus armor versus Luna. So I think it's a value pickup for now. Against the Lucian, Crimson Guard is really strong, though. So I wouldn't be shocked if he goes into one.
I can see that coming out from Misery. And Misery, of course, you're doing pretty well, all things considered. Even in terms of network, as a support up to 3.5K, and that's something that Misery has always excelled at farming these heroes.
Looks like they might want to fight Maud. They have that to set things up, but already the tower mid dropping low. EG making towers uncontested for now. They don't have the mech yet on Moo. You can see DC as a result hesitant to engage. They will forfeit another tower.
They're pushing that top lane, that tier 2. Looks like it will fall. EG not in a position to defend this, and they're just going to give it up. They don't want to deal with Resolution or Weehaw at this point. So DC will take another tower. Sure, they lose their tier 1 mid, but they gain access to the top lane with no outer towers there. It's going to be tough for EG to farm this area. They do have that tier 2 mid. We'll see where they head up now, of course. There is going to be that Dragonlance. As we talked about, the increase Furious, the double band of Elven skins now. Just needs the Ogre Club, and for everyone else, starting to farm up and get those items, including Universe. Got the Vlads now.
EG have done a really nice job of not only taking the tower, but then looking to secure the enemy jungle. Deep wards get planted down. They park Zion Sumail aggressively in the enemy woods on the back of this. A very quiet game for both teams, though, and all the while, Resolution continues to farm. Still the leader in net worth as a Razor. 101 CS. This is a FATA level performance of farming a Razor. A lot of players tend to struggle at keeping their farm up moving later into the game, especially when you're up against heroes like a Luna, a Queen of Pain who flash farm pretty well, even having a Mirana on your own team who takes up a lot of space. But with the BOT build, he can scale in the late game.
Resolution's performances so far this tournament have been on point as well. Moo's backstroke. Now they're going to gust him as well. They bring him down with Spear Fight. He will disrupt himself for the time being, allowing him to at least rotate in. It's too late. They kill him with the Starstorm, and Weehaw will be able to pick up that and almost sagging the Scepter.
Yeah, pretty much the ideal hero for EG to tank the gank. At the same time, though, DC didn't use any big cooldowns, and it's the Mirana getting the kill. So Weehaw, like you mentioned, will have a faster Aghanims as a result. Only one component to go. And with BOTs on Razor, with DC currently out-farming EG, no Dominator build on Fear, Void for Universe going for the very standard Vlad's pickup, and Queen of Pain finding kills. I do wonder how well EG will be able to keep up in the farm war heading up the game. At some point, these heroes can flash farm, but their power curve for hitting creeps and killing them quickly is very far behind DC's right now.
It's surprising to me that Sumail has not found these kills, and really maybe it's just the lack of runes. He now has the Invis rune, and with no real vision here for DC, they might get caught out in the jungle. As Sumail is coming in, they're looking to, I think, gank.
This dire vision could be huge here. They see the Tide Hunter.
Jumping in, but the Chronosphere not used yet move. Now it gets caught by it.
He just saw this.
Sword comes out, they could song, they're not just get these Zerabats come through. There's a dash link. Looks like they're trying to turn this around. Here comes the ghost ship as well. Nothing going on so far, and we will reset LT.
They're setting up for the Ravage. This could be huge. The arrow as well. The timing is there. The great disruptor by PPD. Universe down. EG gotta back off. Sumail committing the ultimate, unable to find a kill off the blink away. So Chrono gets blown. Queen of Pain ult committed, and no kills for EG.
1 for nothing with like 3 ultimates, or 4 actually with the ghost ship. How does it happen?
There's a lot of disengage here for both teams, whether it's Time Walk, Leap, Song, Disruption, even a Kunkabo to mitigate damage with Queen of Pain blink. But hey, all the ultimates are getting blown, and DC's the team that walks away with the kill. They're going to be very happy with that.
And Weehaw now has almost enough for his Aghanim Scepter, and that's a huge item. They have the mech that it is Misery picking it up. There's a chainmail on the Tidon right. He might just go straight to Blink.
He may opt to go back for either Blink right away or perhaps we'll consider a pipe. Pipe very good again. Kunkka, especially the boat alone, 100 AoE damage at level 1. Luna early to mid game brings a lot of magic first to the table, or could just go into the Blink and then head straight towards a bigger item pickup, so like a Shiva's Guard. So we'll see what Mu wants to build. Perhaps slight miscommunication for DC, but hey, at least they didn't kill 2 completed mechs.
Yeah, that would have been a huge problem, but I mean, for Misery to have this much farm at this point, 18 minutes, very good for a Naga Siren, obviously. We've seen support Naga Sirens farm fast before, but now this TI, this is the first I've seen support Naga Siren have this mech this early on, and now they're getting ready to go with another potential engagement. There is that ward for EG that might scout things out here, as Resolution will walk up with an illusion.
All the scam as well, well-timed to EG. It sees there are heroes behind the Razor, so they won't go in without getting a great setup. Which Universe is currently looking for. Chrono there is a good position. Tucking in currently kind on a Ravage, 30 seconds up front of the Oracle, but keeps Resolution alive as he backs away. He's going to look committed. Razor will pop in the end. Now the turn. Can they catch the mail? Blinking back. DC on the chase, but they lack the Ravage.
Gonna be torn. Going back in. Getting a good start. Oh, something mail.
Got an arrow.
They want the off. Universe side. He's able to keep you away. No, he gets caught. The start. Triple kill.
A 4-for-1 exchange, and Vaughn, they did it without the Blink Ravage, which now Mu has. Without even a song for the fight, EG had to commit so much to kill the Razor. They know there's an Oracle on the enemy team. If they don't blow all their spells and he lives with the False Promise, you know you're going to lose the team fight, but this is another way they can fall short here. We'll see. He backs off. Sumail getting caught there by Weehaw. And then, even though he blinks away, this is where Mirana is very scary. If you don't burst her in fight, she gets off multiple double Star Storms, can just wreck your team. Almost everyone on EG drops to half health when they group up around her. And as they try to run the net, Catching Universe had to dodge the arrow, which meant he wasn't moving directly back as quickly. It allowed Misery to get in range for the net, sets up Weehaw for the triple. Great engagement by DC.
Now, time and time again, we've seen that Aghanim Scepter come out, and as soon as it does, it's a game changer. All the way back to the wild card here at TI6.
They scanned the top lane. They knew there were heroes behind Razor. They didn't 100% know Weehaw now has Aghanim Scepter. They had not seen it until the fight broke out. And it's an item that has caught teams off guard. Does so again here, Mod.
That's huge. Weehaw getting that triple kill. He's already up to 2,000 after picking up that Aghanim Scepter. We go into more of that right-click build that we've seen more and more often as the tournament progresses, or the caster build for Mirana here. We'll wait and see as they start to push in this tier 2 tower bottom lane. Now with an advantage up to 5,000 net worth for GC. Getting tougher and tougher for each continues. They do have great late game as Sumail will pick up an Aghanim Scepter. Here continues to farm.
You just have to worry for EG when Sumail is not having a huge impact. Here's bottom lane. PPD trying to defend the tower. Gets caught out. He's going to set it up for the arrow. Doesn't need it either. So PPD can get it. Just to do much to defend these towers, but Mont, they're going to have to come back now because DC are running high ground. They've got a catapult, Naga illusions here to soak up some tower damage and sustain the siege.
Song,
they got to come home
as well. You've all these abilities at the ready for DC. EG as well with the clips, the Chronosphere coming out. Here we go. We'll connect, but Resolution pushing them back with the plasma field and doing some nice chip damage. Will they continue on here? It looks like they will.
Bit by bit, very patient spread here from DC, leaving the Tidehunter far back. The Naga there as well to ensure she gets off the sun. They do not want their heroes that can turn the fight to all get caught by a Chronosphere. I like the way DC positioned the backline in that siege. They don't fully take the, but they force EG to come home. One item that will help EG to stall a lot more, which is coming fairly soon for Zai, but a bit later than normal, is the Armlet. Already has the Blades of Attack, the Gloves of Haste, but he stopped off for Drums and Phase. A lot of times you will just see the Armlet, the first guide. So Zai, once this, you could just X yourself, blink it, smack the creep to more pulse these back and actually get them into a feet the shoulder. Gets not there yet.
Starting to get to that point in farm where EG might be able to actually, with Fear getting some more items, including what seems to be a BKB, they can actually start fighting here pretty soon. He's farming the ancient stack now. Obviously, they're still pretty far behind with Fear. Starting to catch up, and that's a big item, although Universe burst it down by Weeha in the bottom lane.
Great solo pick there. We got to beat it up on the big stage, and now move! Weeha moves on EG, catches out 3! Totally comes to court, but they get chased. Resolution sucking up his damage. He's gonna want to move speed while Weeha cleaning up on the backside. He breaks up DPD. The ball comes through just to protect Zai himself, and he shouts it and away. DC grabs 4. Oh my, Moo, he had the ward to set up that gank. He knew there were heroes near the secret shop and had the confidence for a massive 3-hero Blink Ravage.
DC are about to push tier 3 tower, maybe try to take a set of right clear. Is buyback on the Luna, but look at Zai's down for 22 seconds. Chrono not even used there as he got solo picked by the Murata. Sunwave will come through with really nothing at this point in time. That did nothing, LD. Just gonna heal Misery up. They get back together as a team. The clip is gone now. We'll see if DC really wants to continue this push. It looks like they will back away. Confident with what they've accomplished here.
Yeah, they are really hurting EG's farm department now. Sumail opted for the Aghanim Scepter. It's an item that lets you Queen of Pain ult every time the Chrono's up, even if Universe goes for Ags. He'll still have the 1-minute cooldown to work with. So it makes their team fight potentially stronger, but it's not the best single target burst item, and I think that's what you're seeing now is Resolution, 1900 HP. Even the Murata of Weeha with the Aghanim build already, he sits at 1600. Tidehunter roughly around the same as well as Moo picks up a point booster. Build for him. They're getting to the point where the target of damage essentially. You do have Catcher, but there's also great disengage. There's great single target heal from Saksa, who now has a Glimmer Cape as well. And we've seen what he can do in this item. My God, his Winter Wife is trying to go coming up. You talk about how tanky he is, and he's going to try to fight both of these heroes. He's going to get chased down. False Promise coming out. Universe looking for a Chronosphere. He does not want to solo Chrono move, and he's going to have to. But Weeha, he finds the back angle, moves on the field, the approach coming out. Weeha, it would be a huge kill for EG. He's low. He's almost dead, but no.
What a turnaround move. Down as well. They will Sonic Wave, and they will pick up the Tidehunter. What a disengaged DC.
Man, Misery to the rest. Fantastic song usage there. Saved the Murata. Weeha now with the Blake, the BOTs. At this point, Murata generally will build into the shotgun. Could potentially see a BKB if he wants to be a little more durable in the fights. We see he is vulnerable if he tanks all the EG magic damage, but this is just the nature of the DC draft. If they get ahead, they have so many ways to reset the fight and disengage. So many sustain abilities as well as reset options, and EG just unable to find that clean teamfight execution. Where are the 3-4 hero Universe Chronos? I think one of the things that's hurting them on is they haven't had the best vision. Losing all those towers, currently no tier 2 standing, has limited PPD's ability to get on map. When he has gone out to ward, we've seen him get pumped repeatedly. And as a result, Universe goes in blind, and they don't have a vision hero really outside of that. Just Shadow Poison. It's minor at best. Not the easiest lineup for him to set up Chronos from while playing from behind, unless they go high ground.
This is without a gem for DC as well. They're just getting an advantage through towers and sheer force of will, dropping these wards down. And Soxa and Misery, of course, in that department, making sure that the vision is great, and it is. Take down this last outer tower here. The total comes through, Resolution sidesteps it. KB is now done for Fear if they want to go out and fight now. He's still working on his armor, getting very close. Back away, the Tidehunter Ravage is back up and available. It's the most important thing. Still no song. I'll be up in about 18 seconds as well, so they have to coming back off cooldown. They should get this tier 2, I believe.
Right, still no armlet. He X's himself, but he just goes home without even really doing anything to slow down the push. And Fear has to build into a BKB. This really limits the Luna's ability to flash farm. It's generally an item you want for a stage, unless you're 5-manning aggressively with their tower, trying to end the game early. See just a farming Queen of Pain all in the bottom lane from Sumail. He's also building BKB. This is the Mirana. Simply because of Mirana existing in the game, Tidehunter a bit as well. Like, you have to get BKB, but at the same time, you can just play around the BKB cooldowns if you're a Mirana. Wait, the song can reset the fight, you blink and leap away. Then when the BKBs are down, you come back in with the shotgun. We saw EG the camera for Sumail against Matt BKBs in that legendary series versus eHome, and eventually got to the point where they're all 5-second BKBs, and you just kite, and then you blow heroes up as soon as they wear off. So it's a necessary item, but it is not by any means a guaranteed solution to the first damage DC has.
And Mu can still catch them off guard. They can blink in with that Ravage, and if he has a good one, I'm sure they won't get off the BKB in time. DC's looking to maybe set this up now. He's going to blink forward, Gush. He won't go for the Ravage. They want to fight. They go down. Keeping it. They get 2.
I'm not sure what was going on there for DC. Soxa TPing in the front lines as an Oracle. It's generally not where you'll see him. May have been expecting Misery to solve. As we hop into the solo kill Universe, the quadruple Starstorm. Not gonna be enough, but they ended it.
For it. Oh, yeah, actually keep you away. That is not there. Wow.
Oh my. If he gets bent there, DC hemorrhage even more gold, but yeah, that was big miscommunication from DC. Soxa TP'ing in front. Maybe was expecting the Son into Ravage setup, but you generally don't want to try to Son Ravage at this point because they have so many BKBs on their cores, the Queen of Pain and the Luna now completing them. So from this point forward, that becomes a very unreliable way to take fights. More likely, you either want to wait for the BKBs and then you use that combo, or you just try for the Blink Ravage and get on top of them so they have minimal time to react. As it does the travel distance, the farther away from the title position, but yeah, as we see, miscommunication there. Good news for them is Mirana did not go down. Razor still farming like a champ. Resolution now with the BKB completed. So their cores continue to get hard, but still, when you're this far ahead as DC, they were over 10,000 gold up. You give up a lot with just a couple of kills.
Yeah, I mean, Resolution is still farming well, and he's still top the net worth. That is a critical death going his way. Like you said, Soxa caught out with that Chronosphere as well. Shouldn't have been there, but...
And it's going to be a 1-minute Chrono fairly soon, Mon. Already Universe with the Ogre Club. At that point, the Queen of Pain Ags becomes devastating. These two can just hook up every minute and find basically a free kill.
Be careful for DC. Build a bit tanky. Resolution's already done a fair bit of that. Misery is going to have to be very diligent with the Song of the Siren against first. Again, though, the BKBs are up and out for EG now. He's starting to get excited. Then again, stop it. Neither team's really great at Roche, at least not yet. Luna a little bit better later on down the road with Gush. Obviously, have some armor reduction for DC, but not much. So taking Roche at this point for either team might be a bit too early for that, but they do want to keep tabs on that Roche area around that pit. And EG will continue to push bottom, as well as the top lane push coming up from DC, trying to force some heroes back.
So now it's kind of a schizophrenic item build. He was going towards the mech earlier, now he builds into the hook lid. After the point booster, seems like he's very decisive about it once here. Does he want mech? Does he want was he going for an Ags? It's a bit of everything, but he hasn't gotten that one big item just yet. It could make the difference. EG, meanwhile, they're looking decisive, Mott. Naga Illusion here to scout things out, but they could get the jump on Mu. It would be huge. Good positioning, though. Look at Misery in the back.
We gotta go full Weehop. Potentially, versus Smoke is broken. Body two. Blink right. Depends on a couple of wheels. Has BKB there, however. The fight's still going okay for DC now.
Has a to come back in. Got the sword ready now. The rest, but he's forced it into the Shadow Demon buyback, and now the reset. Song for Misery. Weeha maybe gonna set up, but the song will end. They move back away here. See, DC indecisive. Do they want to fight Mill? They get the block.
It's moving down quickly. They're not thinking. PPC might die back here if he's not careful.
Chasing in, Marana is ramping up the love as fight goes. Weeha's gonna take over. Up here, barely able to escape. But now the ultimates are down. Marana's still gonna be strong as ever. The Void Axe is not done yet. A full minute where that's unavailable. And DC behind the Razor, this frontline tanker, they may be looking to push. Indeed they are. No Eclipse. BKB's on cooldown. Very tough defense right now for EG.
No buyback for Smeal. He's up to 30 seconds. Weeha just jumps and gets a double Starstorm on 2, and now they're looking at Grax. Flip, I don't think he's available. Arrow coming through, hits Universe. Not a lot of races. They will go for it. Sidebow as well.
Put the loading by DC.
Everyone is back.
They just want the racks for now. The melee dropping low. DC, the first racks of the lower bracket finals is theirs. They claim it while all tier 2 stand. And they now catapult themselves into a quite decisive advantage, over 12,000 gold ahead. Universe hunting for something as he moves forward. And what a critical time to find that fight, Moth. He pulled a Void Axe. If Void Axe dies, EG might get a second shot at that fight, but because it's not up yet, the one fight not decisive enough for them, they had no plan B at that point. And now, to make things a lot more difficult, Moo, he does complete his first big item, grabbing the pipe. This will mitigate a lot of EG's damage out. They still lack heavy physical damage. Luna's is getting there, but with the build Fear's gone for, it's a slow build-up.
You see it even with Zai just getting the combination. It's just too much damage to deal with at that point in time. So, the damage of the Ghost Ship as well as the Torrent is nice to block it with the Scream of Pain. You take that out. With that pipe, this is going to allow them to see more, I guess, more calls. Yeah, I think at that point, then you're just ready to go. I think they would like to have an Aegis as well, but again, they don't take it that fast. And maybe get a pick and try to go for it there. He's getting chased out by Weeha. He's going to have to TP away. Arrow, if he hits it, no, it's a cooldown for 3 seconds. Won't be able to find the pick off. Here will get away.
EG definitely looking a bit shaken after that. Moving around as a pack of 4. They know one more bad fight with all the tier 2s brought down. Either means a DC Aegis, EG buybacks, or potentially a second lane of Rax. Any of these things tips the game even further in DC's favor when they're already in control. Now up to 14,000 gold. I'm looking at what DC needs to break a second lane of Rax. To me, the big thing is Resolution completing the Assault Cuirass. At that point, Pipe, AC, tanky cores, you have a Glimmer Cape, Oracle great at keeping heroes alive in fights. Everyone on DC generally elusive in their own right. I think even if EG hits a good combo, they struggle to find kills, assuming just one of those defense abilities gets off. But
we're gonna run right in here, and we hollow spy each other first. Now, and here comes TPC, and he's already getting down. Great Roger too, but he doesn't hit move. It's off. Setting this up. Here we go. That's way coming through.
They want the Oracle, but it's not quite enough. Johnson stays alive. He gets on the phone prop. They touch Sumail. Resolution hitting for almost 350 up top here. Flashing down here. He'll drop the Luna. 3 have fallen. EG has been denied again by Misery. And on design they go. A triple for Rezo. And GG! EG gets shut down by DC in Game 1. They got their Universe Void. 11 into this game. On now, it's
the return. DC seems to be ready. At every moment in EG, they couldn't find the farm for Luna. They couldn't find the farm for Sumail. And it just wasn't there during the team fights. And